it to the floor. It's a dangerous love affair. Can't be scared when it goes down. Got a problem? Tell me now. Only thing that's on my mind is who's gonna run this town tonight. Who's gonna run this town tonight?
Welcome to the Panasonic Viera Subway Series pregame show. I'm Lolita Lopez, taking you right up to first pitch out at Yankee Stadium this afternoon. And I am pleased to welcome one of the most beloved Mets in team history as my co-host. He called Shea Stadium home for each of his 18 seasons in the majors. He played more games and has had more at-bats and totaled more hits than any other Met in team history. An all-star in 1965, he was part of the Miracle Mets World Series team in 1969. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Ed Kranepool, the real Mr. Met. And I think you're wearing that ring today, right?
Oh, I wouldn't leave home without it.
Let me touch it. Oh, yes, there's a lot of love here. We're going to get right to you in just a second, but first, we got to talk about game one of the series that played out last night in the Bronx. The Mets coming out on top yet again. Man, they have been hot. So let's start at the beginning of this one. First inning, Ike Davis shoots one to right. Nick Swisher comes up throwing. David Wright trying to score, and he beats the throw to the plate, and the Mets up 1-0. Now check it out again. Wright just gets his hand across the plate, and they get the early lead 1-0. Third inning now, Javi Vasquez on the mound for the Yankees. Angel Pagan lines one to center, and here comes Brett Gardner. This is why you have him in center. He's just speedy and makes a nice sliding catch. Vasquez pitching well, 2 strikes out right to end the third inning. He went 7 innings and allowed just 1 run. 6th inning we go. The Yankees flashing yet more leather. Jose Reyes at the hot shot here to first. Mark Teixeira, that's why he's the Gold Glover. Quick reflexes, gets the out at first. In the bottom of the inning, though, the Mets in some trouble. Bases loaded for Jorge Posada. The chopper to third here, but Wright's waiting there, picks up the bounce nicely. Bare hand pickup, gets a slow-footed Posada easily at first, ends the threat. And Hisanori Takahashi wiggles out of trouble. He is our player of the game. He pitched 6 scoreless innings. 8th inning now, the Mets bats backing him up. The play of the game coming right here in the 8th. Angel Pagan doubles. Ruben Tejada and Jose Reyes come around to score. The Mets grab a 3-0 lead. To the 9th we go. Some insurance. Reyes coming through again. Man, he has been on fire. The run-scoring single here. Jeff Francoeur plates it. 4-0 Mets, and they are looking good. But, of course, you got to have some drama. It's K-Rod. The Yankees loaded the bases. 1 out. Frankie there. Strikes out Derek Jeter. 2 outs. Now it's Nick Swisher at the plate. And Swish pops this one to third. Right in foul ground. Makes the easy catch. And this is your ballgame. The Mets win their 8th straight and shut out the Yankees 4-0. Exciting game out there. Always such a big game between these two, even though we're in the middle of the season. Ed, that's the type of atmosphere New York loves. Would it have been something you would have loved to have done in your day?
Oh, no question about it. This is a big series for the Mets. Obviously, they've come off a road trip here. They've won 8 games in a row, got a chance of winning 10 if they sweep the Yankees. Tremendous. In 1969, we had a big California trip where we won about 10 games in a row, came back. They had to face Chicago, wound up sweeping them, and, of course, we made it a pennant race. Right. The Mets are feeling good about themselves.
Mets are feeling good, and the Yankees having a little bit of trouble. Now, just before today's game, there was a lineup change. Derek Jeter taken out of this game with the bruised right heel. He suffered in last night's game on a base last night. So we will have more on that in just a bit. But joining us now from the stadium, the host of the Midday Show on WFAN, Mr. Evan Robertson. You're making us looking good despite that hot weather out there. What's up, Evan?
This is natural beauty right here.
Natural beauty, that's right. Now, what did you like from last night? I know you're a Mets fan. How did they fare yesterday for you?
Well, look, they beat the Yankees, so it was fantastic. Takahashi was tremendous. Somebody's got to pinch me with him because I think a couple of starts ago, I figured Takahashi was coming back to earth, but he's been great his last 2 starts. He was tremendous last night. And Angel Pagan, I love this guy. He's been the most clutch player on this team all year. That 2-run double you guys showed before, that was the biggest hit of the game. But here's the thing that bothers me, because as a Met fan, there's always something that bothers me. And that's the manager, because I think the Mets overcame lousy managing from Jerry Manuel last night. First of all, they were trying to bunt with Jose Reyes, which made no sense. When he bunts for sacrifices, he's a disaster. He ends up coming through with a hit. And I thought the way he handled his bullpen was shaky, going to Descends in the 7th inning, then going right to Feliciano, and then having Valdez start the 9th. So I thought the Mets overcame Jerry's lousy managing, but overall, that's all I can complain about because they've won 8 in a row and they've been red hot and they beat the Yankees.
Absolutely. And also, you know, earlier on in their road trip, they were, 9-19 on road trip. What a difference a week makes. You know, we're just talking about how important it is to have a good road trip. What do you think about that?
You have a lot of momentum.
I'm stunned by it because, remember, they had not won back-to-back road games until this road trip since last year in Houston, and they hadn't won a road series all year long. And then all of a sudden to go to Baltimore and go to Cleveland, and yeah, they're bad teams. We get that. But they beat them up. They beat the teams they were supposed to beat. And now the Yankees, one of the best home teams in baseball, they've taken the first game. So it's amazing how a week can change everything.
Okay, so we're here Saturday. What do you think of today's game? Hughes, Pelfrey, what's it going to come down to?
You know what? This is not me being negative. This is me being realistic. The Yankees bomb Roy Halladay, but they couldn't touch Jamie Moyer, Kyle Kendrick, and Isanori Takahashi. Now they take on Pelfrey and Johan. I got a feeling even with Jeter out of the lineup, they'll score some runs. But Phil Hughes has come back to earth his last 2 starts. I know he's won, but he's been human lately. The Mets hit him last time. So I think we're going to see some runs tonight, surprisingly enough.
All right, Evan, we'll get back to the game. Thank you so much for joining us here. Evan Roberts from WFAN. I'm
Thank
here
you.
with this, Ed. We're going to have a lot more coming up. We break down the Mets in just a bit.